Hello, voidlings. Ow. Off to a chaotic start. I literally came on here to do like a Mercury retrograde reading, and I'm like, how about you smash your elbow within the first 20 seconds? Great. I'm excited because I experienced a really lovely synchronicity and message from spirit today, and I just feel guided to share it because I feel like something about it is collective and very tied to this Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So basically what happened is I asked for a sign from spirit about a situation in some relationships I'm having, of just like, is there any hope for this to get better? And being a person is hard. It's really hard. Being in relationship is so hard. Oh my God, look what just fell on the floor. Poor Mercury retrograde. Portal threshold, anyone? And for the lady, perhaps a portal or a threshold. Yeah. So I asked for a sign from spirit about a situation. Just like, is there hope for this? Is there like a possibility of renewal in this situation and growth in this situation? And I kid you not, immediately I started being surrounded by cardinals. There was first the daddy, the male cardinal, and then there was the mommy. And then I noticed chirping with them, there was a baby. And they were all so gentle with me. I was gardening. And they were all just surrounding me, and I was watching them and they were watching me with this like peaceful curiosity. They were being territorial, but not in an aggressive way. They wanted me to know that that was their baby. Because the thing is like, I don't know if you've ever seen a cardinal chick, but it doesn't look like a cardinal. It's like completely gray, which is weird. Or it's like brown. It's like brown, white, gray. Maybe it was a female and it just didn't get, because the females are like peachy gray brown, but like the males are like the really bright red. So I didn't realize that that was a cardinal. And then I noticed their behavior. And they kept kind of chirping at me and then chirping at the baby. And I felt like they were communicating to me. And they kept moving around me, but they were so like nice. Like the vibe I was getting was like, they're not worried about me at all. They feel safe. And then immediately after that, I found a gray, very fresh, newly dropped, delicate, beautiful mourning dove feather on the ground. Okay? That's synchronicity number 2. And feathers are usually direct communication from spirit, and spirit absolutely communicates to me personally through feathers and bird symbolism, because that's something that literally when I was 3 years old, I got lost in the woods because I was trying to sing with the birdies. Like that's what my mom told me I said. And like all the neighbors had to go looking for me, and I got caught in a rose bush, and I was scared, but I was like, also like, I wanted to go sing with the birdies. Like I thought I was a Disney princess, okay? So birds are important to me. So this is a tangent, but guys, spirit will always communicate to you through your language. Whatever your language is, your symbolism, that's how it's gonna come through. Okay, are you ready? Synchronicity number 3 today. So we have the calm bird family surrounding me, cardinals, which is like very tied to like devotion and love and all that. Then we get the feather, which is like, yes, this is a confirmation that this is a sign. Okay. And then I go to the bathroom in a grocery store on my way home. And I'm in the stall and I look up, like fully taking a piss, look up, and I just see Thursday. Excuse me? Thursday? What's happening on Thursday? Why not Friday? So Thursday is Jupiter's day, which is all about luck and growth and expansion. Do you see this, guys? This is so beautiful. I asked for a sign about growth and renewal, and I immediately got it in 3. You know, when things happen in 3s, it's not a coincidence. It can't be. Okay? So I wanted to pop on here and share that with y'all, and also see what can come through, because think about Mercury in Cancer. It's bringing back to the center of gravity of the spiral of our grief, of our emotions from past situations, especially at the tail end of the Jupiter cycle in Cancer, right? That's when it started. So Cancer is directing us towards emotional honesty, emotional truth. And there's a feeling this month of like, especially right now, there is a Sun square to Saturn. Karma's coming to collect. Karma's coming to have conversations. You may need to have a lot of conversations with different people to repair, to reconcile. I'm hearing with family, especially because like the cardinal family, like there's a lot about family, and like Cancer obviously is related to family, but it's also our emotional center. But it's the center of the spiral because Cancer, it moves with the tide. It's about the rhythm and the flow and the cycles. So yeah, I just want to see if there's anything for the collective about this. What does Spirit want to bring our attention to? Interesting, we got Scorpio. I was talking about Cancer. But this is about something that's hidden. Either in your subconscious at this time that's coming up to be cleared, addressed, communicated. There's a lot of subconscious, deep undercurrent feelings coming up. I'm hearing desires you didn't realize you actually had. The truth of your feelings. And it's really raw and it's really honest. And also with Scorpio, I always think about the whole idea of like the pain is the medicine, right? So listen to your pain right now, whether that's in your body, but especially emotionally. Be very present with that pain and ask, what is it telling you? What are the secrets of your pain? Where do you need healing? Where does there need to be clearing and reciprocity? Because like Scorpio is also about toxicity and poison, clearing out the poison and healing. So this is also about like clearing out, I'm hearing like toxic dynamics. So addressing your own shadow when it comes to relational patterns and communicating from a place, like if you have to have any hard conversations, communicating, it's weird, I want to say communing. Maybe you need to commune with Spirit first about this. But also communicating in a very like communicating awe. Okay. Do you have awe for something Spirit's showing you? I mean, I did today. That's how I felt. I was like, I was awestruck by what was happening immediately after asking for a sign. I mean, it happened so fast. It was like within an hour. It was crazy. But yeah, raw, honest truth. The raw, honest truth about your feelings. Getting in touch with the shadow side of some things maybe you're going through right now before you communicate. Yeah, I'm hearing like ego check too. Like just check in. What are your motivations for things right now? What's the truth of your motivations and your intentions, especially regarding relationships? Make sure it's coming from a grounded place of integrity, or karma's gonna come check your ass. Anything else, Spirit? What do we want to talk about today with the Mercury retrograde and Cancer energy in these signs? I heard, yeah, that portal threshold card, like on the threshold of healing. So yeah, if you're drawn to this reading, you may be on the brink of some sort of deep healing and reconciliation within yourself, your relationship to self. I'm hearing a friend group, a specific relationship, or a family situation and dynamic. Yeah, exactly. Clarity and ether. So either you haven't spoken to this person in a long time, so you've been in a no contact situation, or it's an estranged family member, or you just have not been able to locate your truth. You've been in a state of confusion. There's been a lot of fogginess, you keep giving it up to Spirit and you feel like you're not getting answers. It's because your subconscious wants to speak to you first. There's some kind of deep, honest truth that needs to come out. And it's hanging around you. in the subtle energy. Like you can feel these things subtly every day, but it's like waiting for you to kind of cut to the core of it and go deeper, right? I want to read this ether card. Okay, someone, ooh, this is very Scorpio too. Maybe you're a Scorpio, or you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or you're a Scorpio moon, or a Scorpio Mercury, or you have Scorpio in the 12th house, or you have a lot of 8th house placements. This is going to be very relevant for you. You are communicating with someone through the etheric plane right now. I am picking up on multiple people here who are in no contact situations or haven't seen a friend for a really long time or a family member. And it's because there was too much toxicity. It reached a breaking point. But both of you have reached a place of clarity within, but you're not ready to really externalize that yet. So it's all hanging out in the energetic field. And you're starting to communicate with each other telepathically because you're both reaching a place of clarity. Like you both had to go through this like long winding road within your mind to get to a place of like really understanding your shadow, your ego, why you did those things, what, like just looking at your relational patterns, your attachment style. There's a lot of really deep psychological understanding and healing that occurred. And that is what is leading you to a place where like now you guys are on like a higher self spiritual level. You're communicating with each other that you are ready for the next level. You are ready to start communicating again or do something again. Like you're being pulled back together energetically and you can feel it. And probably it's causing some level of panic and insecurity because it's like, what does this mean? What are we doing here? What's going on? And I feel like the guidance is you don't have to act on it now, and actually you shouldn't during Mercury retrograde. It's a time to reflect. Okay? Respond rather than react, but get to the honest truth of your feelings. Dig a little deeper if you can. Sorry, this is a really weird. I keep trying to like prop up my phone, but it's on my bed, so it's like not wanting to stay up. Maybe I can. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Well, okay. We'll try that. All right, ether. Opposite, the space that surrounds everything, emptiness, hollow, the energy that fills the void, darkness, inversion, outer space, dark matter, invisibility, akasha, subtle, pause, welcome. As if we this is all we've been talking about on this channel. Welcome to the space in between. Ether shows up when we need a new way of thinking outside the box. Think about the opposite, the negative, the flipped or contorted side of things. Get out of liminal thinking and doing. So, okay, we're being asked to get out of the liminal space, I guess. What a journey this is, an adventure. Life is a highway, if you will. Get out of liminal thinking and doing. You may be stuck in a pattern holding you back and need to think a little differently. Remember the importance of space and time to contemplate without having the chance to brainstorm or allow things to be chaotic and messy. This is so Mercury retrograde. Oh my God. Remember the importance of space and time to contemplate. Without having the chance to brainstorm or allow things to be chaotic and messy, it can be hard to take the next step. This intermission phase of whatever it is you are working on is important. Allow it to gestate. Allow yourself the space you need before moving forward. Referred to as akasha in Sanskrit, ether is the element that comes first in yogic and Ayurvedic thinking. Ether is without the firmness of earth, the coolness of the water, the heat of fire, or even the movement of the wind. It is therefore the very essence of emptiness. The space element is the most subtle of all elements. The mourning dove feather, it has to do with peace and stillness and calm. There's a lot of truth coming forward right now that is cleansing out toxicity in your field, okay? It's helping to clear it out. So you're becoming more and more emptied. You may be crying more. You may be purging more. Okay? The grief is surfacing. The anger is surfacing. Allow it. Allow it. We keep talking about the liminal space on this channel. It's important to be here still. I know you're starting to feel some activity, but the Mercury retrograde is begging us to wait a little longer and just be here now and collect information, especially from the depths of our feeling and listening to our shadow, understanding our shadow a bit more. What is it doing to protect itself that may actually be counterintuitive to your needs or what you actually want? Yeah, I'm feeling like this fear, this anxiety. I really am getting something about like attachment styles. I don't know if anyone here has like CPTSD or struggles with like a fearful, avoidant type of attachment where you like want to be close and then once you're close, you're scared. Stuff like that. That is like where clarity is coming up right now. Understanding your cycles, your patterns, and allow it to be messy. Allow it to come. Oh my God. That is so beautiful. Literally, I asked for a sign about hope and renewal. Literally, the sun is coming out to clear. Look at this, the rain and then the sun. This is a part of the cycle of renewal, the cleansing, the death. You know what I've been doing lately that I'd like to invite you to do, especially because we have the yin yang on this ether card, and talking about Scorpio, the darkness, you know, the void space. Something I've been doing when I get anxious from overthinking is I breathe in, and this is very Scorpio moon of me. I am a Scorpio moon, hello. I breathe in, so there's two ways to do it. Either you breathe in and you say, or you think life, and breathe out and you say or think death. You can also breathe in with everything and breathe out with nothing. So that would look like life, death, or you can do the everything, nothing. And the point of that is to balance you out, to get in touch with the cycle that there's always a sunrise and a sunset. There's always darkness and light. There is always death and rebirth. And this is just a part of life. It really helps me just feel calm and centered and remember where I'm at. Remember what life is. Right? But this is really beautiful. This is the hope of renewal, that the sun will come out. I'm hearing the cycle needed to stop where it was. Okay? It was not sustainable because there are people here that were operating out of their shadow, essentially. Or there is an imbalance somehow in the dynamic because of shadows clashing, like shadow elements clashing. There was a lot of confusion. I'm getting a lot of exhaustion. And there just needed to be space. You need space. And in this void space, in this liminal space, there needs to be deep surrender. And I know how hard it is. But what are you gonna do? Life is everything and nothing. It's life and death, right? There's always two sides to the coin, and there's always a third way experience, which is accepting wholeness and being truly present and surrendering in the moment. I was thinking a lot today too about resistance. I kept telling myself, there's resistance, like you are still trying to control this. I asked for a sign because I was having a lot of anxiety. It wasn't even anxiety, actually. It was straight up depression, I think, or just like the compounding grief around something. And I needed to know, I think, is it safe to surrender? And of course it is. This or something better. These people or something, or people who are more aligned to me. I am claiming for myself and you that we are in our highest timeline. We don't have to worry about anything. We can feel our feelings. We can feel sad, angry. We can process our grief. We can cry. We can scream. We can allow it all to flow and to be emptied, and also get deeply in touch with our emotional truth. But we don't have to worry, because all is truly well. And it will be okay at the end of the day. Life is a freaking highway, but objectively, let's just focus on things working out in our favor. This is happening for us. How can we lean into it more and see how it's actually supporting us? How can we let go of control so that it can come through in a way that is authentic? It's going to be much more enjoyable. It's quite immature to try to control things, especially if we're talking about social dynamics. We can't control other people. You can't make someone like you or love you or treat you right. You have to treat yourself right. You have to have your boundaries. You have to know your worth. And if you love someone, you can stay open. You can love them and stand in your truth and say, I'm ready when you are. I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to try to control this thing. Right? And easier said than done. When you're feeling the rush of adrenaline and the grief is coursing through your veins and all you want to do is reach out to this person. I'm really feeling someone's mother coming through really strongly right now. I don't know if this is someone's mother who has passed or you're estranged from her, or both. You were estranged from her before she passed. I'm just feeling this presence, and she's saying, I love you. I still love you. Someone's mother is in this energy right now. Someone got disconnected from their mother, and this mother is literally like, I love you forever. And I'm here for you when you're ready. So it seems like this is someone whose mother has gone through some growth and is kind of waiting for the other party. I'm getting a daughter, could be a son or whatever gender, but I'm getting like a mother-daughter relationship where the mother is like, I'm ready for you when you're ready. Like, I'm ready to reconcile. I'm ready to own my part. When you're ready to trust me, when you're ready to step up and be mature enough to have the conversation, I'm ready. And this is what I'm saying. There's these kinds of communications are happening right now through the space. So that's why it's important to still keep the space. Things will happen when they're meant to, when both parties are ready. So this is really a reading about separation that is extending through Mercury retrograde. Maybe there was some rushed reconnection that was kind of jarring, and you're like, no, I have to put that on, I'm not ready. I got to put that back on the back burner because Mercury retrograde, she wants me to go back in before I go back out. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, The sun is coming out. Let's see if we can get anything else. This is really lovely. Ugh, my heart. Page of Wands. If this is about a reconciliation, you need to understand that it's going to be a completely new energy and dynamic. And you kind of have to approach it as a brand new thing, like you're meeting for the first time. And I think that's really nice because that is the renewal. A second chance in a relationship or in a friend group dynamic or a family dynamic, it necessitates a clearing of the slate because time has passed. You both have gone through a lot. There's a lot that has changed within you, without you. And you have to approach each other as if you're meeting a new person. Does that make sense? So coming at it with the lens of curiosity, instead of being like, I know you, you're the person who hurt me, and you do this and you do that, and I know your patterns. Well, it looks like there was healing. And maybe you got to trust that they are different. And no one's perfect, and we're all going to have issues. But Scorpio and clarity here is saying that someone I literally was about to say someone has gone through a deep transformation and this came out. Wow. This is so important, guys. If you're embarking on a reconciliation with someone, you need to approach it as if the old dynamic literally died. The old timeline is literally dead. There is no way that you two can engage through the same pattern or return to an old timeline. It's gone. That's what I'm saying. And look at this, literally death and rebirth. Literally death and rebirth. How perfect is that for a reading about renewal? But really, you're going to have to go about this as if it's a brand new thing. Seven of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, clarity, and there's some truths that are going to come out. Be curious, be open-minded. Like, you can only go into this, it's only going to work if you come at it with good faith. You know what I mean? Is this supposed to be in reverse? No. Okay, we have the moon. Again, the truth of feelings coming to the surface. There's an opportunity coming for people to share their truth. Really like clear the fog, clear the confusion together. I'm hearing, we're going to do this together. We're going to figure this out. So this is about coming at it from, it's interesting because I'm hearing a level of maturity, but it's the Page of Wands, which sometimes is like, gets a bad rep as like a very mischievous, immature character. But I think the page here is just signifying a fresh start. That's also coming in quite quickly. So it is like either right when Mercury retrograde ends, like end of July, August. Okay? But this is a fresh, new emotional start. A new cycle. The moon is connected to cycles again. A fresh new cycle and start with this person or this friend group or whatever this is. Yeah, I just saw justice, but it didn't pop out. What is this about, Spirit? Anything else? Oh, there's a card out. What the fuck? Who is that? Who is she? Wow. What a clarification. 8 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. A fresh new cycle. This is the same energy. Okay, what is that? I'm receiving something. What is this? Yeah, I'm suddenly feeling a lot of fear and hearing two people say, we're going to move through this together. We're going to work through this together. What is this about, Spirit? Because these are the same energies. What am I missing here? What is important here? Tell me, Spirit. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. I'm feeling some like trust issues. If someone's feeling like insecure or like they don't know if they can trust it, and it's like, of course, if we're talking about like a past situation, I don't want to say situationship, but then I almost said situationship, but I mean like a past situation with a person, a past, you know what I mean? What is this about, Spirit? Can I get some clarification? Yeah, I keep hearing like moving through darkness together, moving through like finding the clarity together. But it starts solitary. So it starts as a solitary movement away, then there's space, then moving back towards, approaching. And as you approach, it's like the energy increases, and it is a little intense, I'm not gonna lie. So it is gonna be a bit of a challenge to come at this just from like a playful lens. Interesting, because Two of Pentacles came out. It might be quite challenging to come at it from like a very playful, fun, curious, you know, and it doesn't have to be like that. I think it's important just to have that energy of like, this is something fresh and new, okay? This is like a brand new start. This is a brand new cycle. Don't expect the same shit because you're not the same people anymore. But I understand that the closer you get, the more intense the feeling is. But this is, oh, that's what I missed. Whoa, I'm feeling it now. The energy is increasing as the time approaches for you to reconnect and talk this out. The energy is building and I'm feeling it. It's starting in my solar plexus and like moving up. And it feels intense because it is. There's a lot of intense emotions here. Like the energy is building. And then we have these like two critters howling at the fucking moon together. But then now I'm like, why am I blushing? This is weird. What the fuck? Spirit, stop. Don't make me blush on camera. Not the chariot. I'm legitimately like, what is happening? Oh my god. Is this spicy? Is there something spicy happening? I'm literally feeling like the intensity of the magnification between you and this person. Obviously, if it's a family member, it's not gonna be spicy, but wow. Oh my god. This feels so powerful. Just like two people are like deeply magnetized on an emotional level. It's like, this is a deep soul bond, what I'm picking up on. And I think that's why this is here, because it might make you feel off balance because the energy is so intense and you're really going to need to hold your boundaries because you don't want to just jump into anything and be all crazy or nothing like that. But the chariot is saying, yeah, hello, yes. You are moving forward with this to create balance, to balance out this dynamic and to start the new cycle and balance out karma. Get another deck. Let's get some more oracle cards. All right. Nothing is yet set in stone at the bottom of the deck, but all right, what's going on with the situation, Spirit? What can you tell us with the moonology? I just heard frickin' Shakira. Okay, something spicy might be happening here. I'm sorry, y'all, but literally. Okay, and this is my perfect Shakira impression. So please tell me in the comments, on a scale from 1 to 10, how good is this impression? Underneath your clothes, there's an endless story. There's the land I chose. There's my territory and other things that I love. For being such a good girl, honey. You're welcome. But I'm just saying, look up the lyrics to that song because it's relevant. Whoa, North Node, step out of your comfort zone. I love that with the Two of Pentacles because we've been talking about the nodes a lot on this channel, which is really interesting. And there's also a Chiron trine or sextile trine. Chiron is, hold on. Chiron on Friday. Oh, interesting, because Thursday came up, right? But Friday, we're having a Venus trine to Chiron, and also a Chiron sextile to the North Node. And I wrote down what I was talking about on my Patreon for this week, because I do weekly forecasts with the astrology transits. By the way, you can join my Patreon. It's like $5, but you can pay more if you want. It's a sliding scale. It's not like everyone gets the same thing. It's just whatever you want to contribute. But I think at some point I might be offering private readings through there, and I might have like a tier that's like specific for if you want like a monthly reading, but I'm not there yet because I have to get my own place and I don't know when that's going to be, but yeah. Anyway, what I wrote down is collective healing and karmic alignment. There is a collective shift towards healing and resolving conflict on a global scale, which is really beautiful. But what I love about this is, you know, we've been talking about the nodes, how the North Node, South Node, they're always opposite signs. So they're trying to balance out points, right? Kind of like on a full moon, the sun and moon are opposite. This is the same energy, and I'm feeling that with this. It's like finding the balance point between the North and South Node. So the South Node is your inherent talent, skills, abilities, also things that maybe like you're a little too good at to the point where it becomes a problem, right? So it could be that you're really good at being, you know, I'm thinking about, because the nodes are about to shift into Aquarius and Leo. So the South Node in Leo, which we are having a new moon solar eclipse in Leo in August. So that could be important because the sun is ruled by, or yeah, the sun rules Leo. This is a Leo card. But if you have a South Node in Leo, you're like really good at performing, you're really personable, you have a huge heart, but it's also like can be to a fault, right? So it's kind of like Chiron too is similar, where it's like your greatest skills, talents, abilities are also your greatest weaknesses. There's a lot of things in reality that are just about the balance between polarities, right? That's what we're talking about with the yin yang, frickin' full moons, North Node, South Node, all this shit. It's all just about finding the balance between polarities. Okay? So that's the T. But the North Node, right? It's what you're meant to learn more about to balance it out. And I think people, when it comes to like natal nodes, you can really do one more than the other. The point is to find the balance between the two. Right? So with Aquarius and Leo, it's finding the balance between the I and the we, or the individual and the collective, right? And how we contribute to the collective, and to communities and to ourselves and our relationships also, right? So this says North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Because yeah, the South Node, it's a little more comfy because it's what we're inherently good at. It represents more karma, whereas North Node is more dharma, right? It's like current learning lessons versus the South Node is like stuff that you've like been working through in past lives or whatever. So there's something to whatever is happening here that is a huge lesson for you in regards to specifically, maybe I'm talking to a lot of people with the North Node in Aquarius. Look in your chart, let me know in the comments. But also, I think this is collectively, we're shifting into this like container of learning how to resolve conflict, how to balance between having boundaries and also like considering other people's needs. it's like we're trying to get out of this like cancel culture or us versus them. It's like we're trying to get to that third way of seeing like an objective lens and having some sort of balanced approach to relationship, of being individuals and also being in relationship. And how can we do that on the like community level of like, how can we each get our needs met without having like 1% of people or 0.01% of people hoarding all the wealth and resources? How can everyone's needs be met while also honoring individual needs? So I'm an anarchist and I don't believe in equality. I believe in equity, I think is the word, but it's like, it's not about everyone gets the same thing or needs the same thing. Everyone's not treated equally. They're treated according to their own need, because everyone has different needs and boundaries and skills and talents and flaws and whatever. We're all unique little posies. We're all unique little flowers and beautiful little fish. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but you get my point. It's like we're all different. We all have different needs. And now I'm rambling and I don't remember my point. So let's move on. Whoopsies. Something special about me is that I have ADHD. If you can't tell, like, it's pretty fucking obvious. New moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. And Taurus is all about security. And I also mentioned the freaking Chiron in Taurus sextile the North Node in Pisces. Beautiful. Talk about a flower and a fish. That's the energy here. There is a new cycle beginning for you that's in alignment with your self-worth. So throughout all of this, just do not forget your values. Do not forget your self-worth. You don't have to chase anymore. You don't have to beg anymore. You are going to have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe learn to trust again. Learn how to practice your new skills in relationships. How to set boundaries. You know, you've learned about your attachment style. You've learned about all of these deep psychological things. Now it's time to practice it. I mean, not right now. Not this second. Not during Mercury retrograde. It's a time to collect, reflect. But the time is coming, especially if you're having a reconciliation, to remember what you learned, practice, and also remember, I was asking about growth and hope and renewal. Prosperity lies ahead. This is about a secure path. A very tangible, secure path is opening up. I love it. All right, I just saw 42:42 on the clock. Let's get 2 more oracle cards and then I'm gonna stop because I'm hungry. Alchemize. So this is what we're doing during Mercury retrograde. We're alchemizing. That's also Scorpio, right? We're alchemizing and transforming these darker emotions, the grief. Card number 22 as well. Master number, related to having a really strong sense of purpose and devotion, dedication. So the work you're doing now is an act of devotion to this new timeline and to this new, it's this opportunity for renewal with whatever we're talking about here, which we know is probably about a relationship. Let's be honest. I always try to like, it's not a love reading, but it's a love reading. Whatever. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Why did I hear for your unsanitary neighbor? I don't know. Don't listen to me. You're watching my YouTube video, but don't listen to me. No, I'm just kidding. I love the spiral on there too. This is about turning darkness into light. This is literally like death and rebirth shit. You have been in a death and rebirth spiral. We have been together. We have been in a death and rebirth spiral, and the rebirth is coming in quick. I think August is like, it's rebirth time, connected to Leo. Oh, I love this. This is perfect. Especially for Mercury retrograde in Cancer. Navigate with heart. remember the love. Remember the love that centers this thing. Whatever this relationship is, there's a really deep soul bond and connection, and you're already communicating telepathically and also through the heart space. I think this person knows how you feel. Okay? Yeah, I can feel this really like soft, tender energy, this like ache, this heartache. But it's because the love is so great, is so deep. That's why it hurts so much. The deeper the love, the deeper the pain. And that is true for breakups. That is true for relationships. That's also true with capacity to feel in life. Your capacity to feel more love, more joy, more pleasure is directly tied to your capacity to feel more pain, more grief, more sorrow without breaking, right? Being more present with deeper, darker pain allows you to be more present with ever-expanding joy, love, and abundance. That's why I hate when people are like, oh, it's all love and light. Joy and love are such high vibration emotions. But if you spiritually bypass and you never feel your pain, you're capping yourself off, diva. Get into that pain spiral, babe. Safely, of course. And there's like a safe way to learn how to do it and to feel your feelings. And I can share that with you guys if you're interested of my process, what I've learned over the past like 7 years of really intense shadow work. I've learned how to actually feel my feelings and move through them. And it has absolutely expanded my capacity to feel everything else, for better or worse. There's some days where I'm like, damn, I wish I could be numb again. Because it's like, grief is not fun. But grief, when it's that big like that, it's because there's so much love, which also makes it really beautiful and really sad. I mean, life is just, it's everything. And it's nothing. And you can't pick and choose your experience. It doesn't work that way. If you're going to be here, if you're going to choose to incarnate, be here. Feel everything. Get fucking pissed off. Be a bitch. That doesn't make you any less spiritual, okay? And anyone who tells you otherwise, they're not actually spiritual, because true, like the next level like of spiritual awakening is accepting everything, right? It's accepting like the entirety of the experience. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know how it resonates for you.